right, all right. Matthew McConaughey this. What's up, guys? In case you weren't checking me out on Instagram, I had an Instagram live stream. A little test run. It was a little rough. It was a little strange, but it worked. That's the important thing. So I'm going solo on this one, just to go over some stuff, some random things. You're more than welcome to chat with me. Let's see here. Make sure we got all set up. Looking good. Usually I like to check the website real quick and see, make sure we're good. Yep, there we go. There we go. There we go. We'll go over today in crypto. Last I checked, the market was down a little bit, but it's been pretty flat overall. So, and see here. We're going to share this real quick. So let's check out what's going on with crypto. I already got some stuff set up. I just like to open with the website as a shameless plug, but I'm working on some stuff. Been working on a blog. It's a free energy blog. And then I've got some other stuff in the works, working on some more videos for Instagram. And then I'd really like to get some more video content up on the Instagram or on YouTube. Not just live streaming, but some quality content. But it takes time to do, so we're gonna go CoinGecko. That's my trusted site, and we are certainly down. In the last seven days, we're down 1.4%. Not that bad. It's pretty much flat overall. On Bitcoin, we are up from, let's see, 24 hours even, but we're gonna go 7 days, down a bit, 14 days, 2 weeks out. So we took a nice uptrend and then dipped down, and that's just some market correction. And hopefully we see some positive numbers. Hopefully we're entering into a bullish market, but we will see. Only time will tell. I usually just take a look at Bitcoin. It's kind of the determining factor. And Tether is a good example to see kind of how Bitcoin's pegged. Since people bet against Bitcoin using, they short using Tether. So, wow, Tezos climbed the ladder a bit. It's in 15th place. Very interesting. Okay, so let's get into the latest tech news, and we'll check out The Verge. See what they have. Oh, you know what? I don't think I have my chat up in case anybody's chatting with me. Let me know how the volume is. Let me throw the chat up. So, looks like Google CEO Eric Schmidt is leaving Alphabet's board after 18 years. Interesting. He made enough money and now he's out. He's out. Can't really blame him. So let's see, here we go. That's the chat bot loading up. Life on Facebook, trauma floor, we'll ignore that. Is anything interesting really going on? May 1st, sit in to protest retaliation. Let's take a look at what's going on with Google.
I'm David. I'm located in Colorado.
What up? What up, Ryan? Yep, I was not on the chat. Now I'm on the chat. And we got a commercial going on in the background too. Let's skip that. Oh, wants me to skip it twice. Putting some money to put it in front of me. There we go. Thank you, YouTube. All right. open the chat back up just to see what's shaking. Hopefully this sounds all good. Let me know in the chat if the sound is crap or not. All right, so here we go. Google employees say they will hold a sit-in tomorrow to protest alleged retaliation against workers. In a tweet, the organizers of last year's walkout of Google employees said that the sit-in was scheduled for 11 a.m. From being told to go on sick leave when you're not sick to having your reports taken away, we're sick of retaliation. Ah, okay, so workplace retaliation, that's not acceptable in any workplace environment, but you know what? That's not really tech news. That's more of a HR problem, and I don't go into HR problems. So let's avoid that article, shall we? Really nothing new going on. These are gadgets. It's Gadget Now. Gadget Now is big. Anybody interested in e-commerce, this is an amazing way to set up your e-commerce site. Have a news feed first, right? And then they have a shop. So they have Gadget Now, news feed, and then the shop's pretty good way to build up SEO. That's why they're ranked so high. It's pretty good. Gadgets, more gadget stuff. I know Samsung's had some issues with their foldable phone having a little crease in the middle. No. Not seeing too much more. Since we are on the topic of crypto, let's see what's going on with Facebook's cryptocurrency. See what they are in development, because last I heard, April, they're supposed to release it. So, here's from Forbes. Is this CEO, Mark Zuckerberg of Bitcoin and crypto? Bitcoin cryptocurrencies are still finding their feet after exploding into the public consciousness throughout 2017, when the Bitcoin price ballooned from under 1,000 at the beginning of the year to over 20,000 by December. That was pretty epic. Bitcoin prices have swung wildly since, dropping as low as 3,000 per Bitcoin, but still over the 1,000 mark, right? So gaining overall. And now this month they're at 5,000. And
I'm David. I'm located
hey,
in
David.
Colorado, and my occupation is marketer.
These ads. These ads.
I'm
Good
David.
gravy,
I'm
David.
located in Colorado, and my occupation is marketer.
I gotta get Spotify or something. Then I'd probably get hit with a copyright though. So anyways, back to this. Talk with Aaron Lamar and Jay Caspian Kang have compared the respected chief executive of the world's largest crypto exchange, Binance. Binance is a pretty cool exchange. Changpeng Zhao, to the creator of Facebook. So he's like the Facebook of cryptocurrency, the man who brought social networking to the mainstream. Although Changpeng's social media feeds are on Twitter, they're not too bad, but everywhere else not kind of lacking. Maybe because Facebook's kind of restricting a lot of that for a very good reason, as far as financial gains for them. When Mark Zuckerberg first launched Facebook, it was considered a niche and exclusive social network. Sounds good deal. Yeah, I decided to do a buffer episode. If I can't get another guest on the next one, my boy Ryan come back in, make things more interesting, because this can get kind of boring. I'm an extremely boring person, as you can tell. And my head is very shiny and reflects a lot of light. It blinds people. But these eyes peer into the soul of a camera. So when Mark Zuckerberg first launched Facebook, it was considered a niche and exclusive. Yeah, we already went over that. Before Facebook burst into the scene, most popular social MySpace, yada yada yada. What we're looking for is their crypto. Person, big crypto appears a sense of humor. Kang, yeah. I want to know, are they gonna do? Suggested that Coinbase, a San Francisco-based Bitcoin cryptocurrency exchange, is the opposite of Binance, appearing in signal that would be rather Bitcoin loss. Yeah, Coinbase is little bit like their fees for transferring is really high, and they are limited in how many altcoins are on their alternative cryptocurrencies. So, and the Winklevoss twins founded the Gemini Bitcoin, another cryptocurrency, Gemini. But it's not telling me, like, from last I heard, Facebook was planning on doing a move to crypto to have basically a social coin that they had on their network, right? But I'm not seeing it now, so I don't know what happened to that, because my understanding was they released some news about it last month, and they're supposed to release more information on it this month. This Facebook community is dedicated. Facebook's, let's make it, oops. Let's make it possessive, maybe that'll work. Regarding Facebook's cryptocurrency, here's TechCrunch. Take a look at this. All right, if Bloomberg and the New York Times are to be believed, later this year, Facebook will introduce a cryptocurrency which will allow WhatsApp users to send money instantly. Right, that's what I heard. Yes, that's right, Facebook cryptocurrency, earthquake, revolution, yada, yada, yada. Except, what exactly are people going to do with Facecoin once they receive it? This is not Facebook's first venture into virtual currency payments or peer-to-peer payments via Messenger app. Remember Facebook credits. Its previous virtual currency launched in 2011. I did not know that. And sunset 2 years later. We'll take a look at what sunset is. Remember the Facebook Gifts launched 2012. Sunset 2 years later. There's a theme here, in part because, to quote redoubtable Josh Constine, Facebook never found a way to solve distance and localization problems to make gifts work internationally. And of course, Facebook Messenger payments launched in the US in 2015 to expand Europe 2 years later. Yeah, I know about the Messenger payments.
I'm David.
Good.
Located in
God,
Colorado,
David.
and
Okay. So yeah, because you can buy things from like an Facebook e-commerce store, or even on Instagram straight from the platform. You don't have to leave the platform to a website to buy things now. I knew about that, but this is very interesting. It was stated here, Facebook never found a way to solve distance and localization problems to make gifts work internationally. So if they use a cryptocurrency that has a set amount, like let's say they released their cryptocurrency to be $1, right? It's pegged at $1 to start. Then if it's like a true cryptocurrency, it'll fluctuate up and down. Now, if it's just a token, maybe they can keep it at $1. I don't know, probably not. People are gonna want to trade it. We'll see how that goes. But nonetheless, you'll be able to trade it all over the world. So it would solve that problem that they stated before. So very, very interesting. So it's on a blockchain. What does the blockchain give you? Okay, but Facecoin is different. Facecoin is on blockchain, right? So basically, it's going to say exactly what I just said. And Facecoin is reportedly a stable coin backed by a basket of fiat currency, right? So it's on a blockchain. Someone's blowing me up. Blowing up. Oh my gosh, spamming me. So right now, crypto world. Oh, good gravy. So it's on blockchain with smart contracts, right? But if it's backed by stable coin used for peer-to-peer transfer, it's hard to see how those are relevant. Also, conceivably, privacy. Right now, the crypto world offers stable coins, DAO, Paxos, etc. Okay, and privacy coins, Zcash, Monero, Grin. So there is coins that are notably stable, I guess. But weirdly, nobody offers a private stablecoin. If Facebook were to do so, that would, in fact, be genuinely a big deal. Not least because, Alex Stamos, this explains how Facebook plans, let's see, Jack Black. Uh-oh, error occurred. We having problems. I've been talking to myself all of a sudden. Let's see. See here. Looks like it's jacked up. Sound was good. Yeah, it says it's live right now. Checking the stream live. Yeah, we're all good. What is it talking about? It's being cray-cray. Okay. So, explains how Facebook plans to monetize a unified 2 billion user end-to-end encrypted messaging service. I can think of a tech project with a more important privacy safety balancing act than this one. I hope my friends working on it start public discussions on that. Yeah, it'd be very interesting. Privacy encrypted. Very, very interesting. Let's see what the sunset is. Facebook sunsets credit. Transition to local currencies to boost international payments. I never heard of this one. Facebook launched its virtual currency credits in June 2011 to simplify payments. In reality, credits cause headaches and international payments. Yeah, so I never knew about this. Facebook wanted to start earning 30% cut on purchases. 30%! Wow, that's good. Jeez, man, that's 30% is a big take. So, rigmarole, yeah. For Zynga games, all kinds of stuff. So that I never knew about that, but now we know. Knowing is half the battle. Although that assumes it's actually widely used, an outcome which is, to say the least, far from automatic. I think if they promoted it well and they went to Facebook, used their social media network to advertise, get tons of advertisement, but they could really push it hard and people would buy into it just for the fact that it's like a Facebook stock in a sense, another way to get into Facebook stock. Whether it'd be successful or not, I don't know. It'd be WhatsApp, I guess, but perfectly tie into messenger services on Facebook as well. So the trouble with stablecoins for payments, at least at the moment, is that businesses don't accept them. So yeah, you have to convert them into fiat currency, like dollars or euros or credits or whatever you have. But it could be Bitcoin too. But then it kind of defeats the purpose because Bitcoin's not necessarily stable. True, Facebook could offer goods and services for purchase themselves in exchange for Facecoin, but then it would basically be Facebook credits all over again. Interesting. All right, well, I'll leave it at that. If you want to read more about this, you can go to TechCrunch, read more about it. I don't want to get too deep into that. Just the basic concept of Facebook's dive into cryptocurrency. Now, another thing that happened recently, a friend of mine that I talked to him about graphene, and he never heard of it. And this was a couple years back, maybe 3 or 4 years back, I want to say. And he messaged me recently and told me I should take a look into, I guess it would be called borafine. Borafine, yeah, something weird. But this is all I could find on it. He sent me, I probably could have gone onto Facebook and checked, but he sent me a link on Facebook of a planar hexagonal B36 as a potential basis for extended single atom layer boron sheets. So it's boron, single layer boron. And I'm trying to find out what some of supposedly it would be extremely conductive, just like graphene, one way, and then it'd be non-conductive another way, which is very interesting applications. So boron is carbon's neighbor in the periodic table and has a similar valence orbitals. However, boron cannot form graphene-like structures with a honeycomb hexagonal framework because of its electron deficiency. Computational studies suggest that extended boron sheets with partially filled hexagonal holes are stable. However, there has been no experimental evidence for such atom-thin boron nanostructures. Here, we show experimentally theoretically that B36 is highly stable quasi-planar boron cluster. You know what? I'm going to try to find that real quick. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to give it a shot. So, because I'm pretty sure he said it was borafine. Borafine? I just got to look real quick. Borafine. If it's bismuthine, that would be sweet. It's bismuth. Bismuth is a pretty amazing structure. Let's see if we can find him. Where are you, my friend? There he is. Yeah, it is borafine. Strongly flexible. So let me type in borafine. Let's see if we can find it. Borafine. It's on Wikipedia. You know it's legit if it's on Wikipedia. Okay, so they have these hexagonal that we were just reading about. These hexagonal dead zones or empty spots, which is interesting. But the properties, experimentally various atomically thin, crystalline, and metallic boraphenes were synthesized on a clean metal surface under ultra-high vacuum conditions. So they have synthesized it. Atomic structure consists of mixed triangular and hexagonal motifs, such as shown in the figure 1. Right? So, computational studies by Bostani and Quant, probably murdered those names, show that small boron clusters do not adopt icosahedral geometries like boranes. Instead, they turn out to be quasi-planar. This led to the discovery of so-called Aufbau principle. No clue what that is. It's very interesting. I'll have to research that later, which predicts the existence of boron sheets. So this was this right here, the postulate, Nature of Communications, the B36 atomic layering. So boron fullerenes and boron nanotubes. So fullerenes, I believe, are like Buckminster Fuller. They're like a wrapped ball, right? Buckyball, as they're called in graphite, and then obviously you have your sheets and your nanotubes, is just a sheet rolled. But however, it doesn't give me too much more information. It just kind of says that it's there. So let's see if we can find, because I'm looking for. Turn that down a bit. I'm looking for what it does. Like, what's the point? What would it do? Things are get cool. Returns borphine discovered. Gold soaks up boron. Sorry, graphene. Borphine is a new wonder material. This is what my friend sent me. Yep. MIT Technology Review. So, sorry, graphene. Borphine is a new wonder material that's got everyone excited. Now, here's the problem with graphene is, in order to produce it on large scale, manufacturing-wise, it's very challenging. And we can make small pieces of it, but it's very difficult for us to make a large sheet of it cost-effectively. It's very expensive. So I know that that's a huge problem, especially for like, phone manufacturing, paper-thin phones, and even when you get into the doping of the graphene to make like capacitive atomic layer structures and all this kind of stuff. It's very expensive stuff. So I know that's a huge challenge for manufacturing of the graphene itself. So let's see how borphine could be any better. Stronger and more flexible than graphene, a single atom layer of boron could revolutionize sensors, batteries, and catalytic chemistry, just like graphene's supposed to do. Super strong atom thick sheet of carbon, chicken wire, it can form tubes. Yeah, so just going over what graphene is, hopefully you guys know what graphene is. It's pretty, it's just graphite it's an atomic layer, or it's carbon, I should say, carbon that are in one single atomic layer sheet, or there's carbon nanotubes, or there's buckyballs, as I mentioned earlier, fullerenes, which is basically like a spherical object. The sphere, the greatest capacitance of any object that we know of to date, the sphere. So long ago, graphene was a great new wonder material, super strong, thick, and because it conducts electricity, material scientists raised the prospect of a new age of graphene-based computer processing and lucrative graphene chip industry to boot. The European Union invested £1 billion, or that's euros, those are euros, 1 billion euros to kickstart the graphene industry in this brave new graphene-based world. So yeah, this is all graphene. What we want to know is, what about this borphine? Today, Xin Zhang Huang and at Xiamen University in China and a number of colleagues review the remarkable properties of borphine and the applications they might lead to. Borphine has a short history. Physicists first predicted its existence in the 1990s using computer simulations to show how boron atoms could form monolayers. But this exotic substance wasn't synthesized until 2015 using chemical vapor deposition. That's usually the method they use. And if you don't know what chemical vapor deposition is, it basically uses plasma or heat, puts with graphene, they use methane, and they pull the carbon out of the methane, and they basically get an ultra high vacuum, and then they either use plasma or heating, which some could say it was very similar, plasma and heating. One has a lot of photons and one has a lot of phonon vibration. I don't know. different methods of doing it, but they use one method that I'm familiar with is the plasma, and they basically put like a single layer on like a piece of copper, and then they'll take the copper off and they'll dissolve it in some chemical compound, leaving a monolayer of graphite or graphene behind. However, like I said, it's a very expensive process and has not been manufacturing worthy yet. It's not up to scale. So the regular arrangement of silver atoms forces boron atoms into a similar pattern, each binding. Okay, here we go. Using vapor, this is a process in which a hot gas of boron atoms condenses into a cool surface of pure silver. So that's how they do it. They use the heating method and a potential difference, and they have a cool, probably film of silver, a foil of silver, and then they heat up a gas under extreme pressure or under vacuum. It depends. I'm not sure exactly what apparatus they have set up, but then it deposits onto the structure, the substrate, and then they can, my guess is they probably get rid of the silver using a nitric acid, or I'm not quite sure. We'll see if they say it here. Silver atoms force boron atoms into a similar pattern, each binding to as many as 6 other atoms to create a flat hexagonal structure. However, a significant proportion of the boron atoms bind only with 4 or 5 other atoms, and this creates vacancies in the structure. The pattern of vacancies is what gives borophene crystals their unique properties. So those, like we saw on the wiki, those little empty spots inside of the hexagonal patterns. And so borophene turns out to be stronger than graphene and more flexible. Since borophene synthesis, chemists have been eagerly characterizing its properties. Borophene turns out to be stronger than graphene and more flexible. It is a good conductor of both electricity and heat, and it also superconducts. That's very interesting. Superconducts under what temperatures? That would be a very good question to ask. These properties vary depending on the material's orientation and the arrangement of vacancies. This makes it tunable, at least in principle. That's one reason chemists are so excited. So like I was saying, tunable as in how much, resistance it might have. That's what was my understanding from this article. So borophene is also light and fairly reactive. That makes it a good candidate for storing metal ions in batteries. Borophene is a promising anode material for lithium, sodium, and magnesium ion batteries due to high theoretical specific capacities, excellent electronic conductivity, and outstanding ion transport properties, say Wang and company. Hydrogen atoms also stick easily to borophene's single layer structure, and this absorption property, combined with a huge surface area of atomic layers, make borophene a promising material for hydrogen storage. Theoretical studies suggest borophene could store over 15% of its weight in hydrogen, significantly outperforming other materials. Then there is borophene's ability to catalyze and break down a molecule hydrogen into hydrogen ions and water into hydrogen and oxygen ions. Outstanding catalytic performances of borophene have been found in hydrogen evaluation reaction, oxygen reduction reaction, oxygen evolution reaction, and carbon dioxide electroreduction reaction, say the team, that could usher in a new era of water-based energy cycles. So not only could it store hydrogen, it can also, and be incredibly good hydrogen battery or hydrogen fuel cell, it also is a good way to create hydrogen, right? Nevertheless, chemists have some work to do before borophene can be more widely used. For a start, they have yet to find a way to make borophene in large quantities, the same problem with graphene. And the material's reactivity means it is vulnerable to oxidation, so it needs to be carefully protected. Both factors make borophene expensive and make it hard to handle, so there is work ahead. So, those are the same problems with graphene. I'm not quite sure how it's really going to solve a lot of the problems. So that's pretty much the end of the article. What's funny is, it actually has one even greater caveat than graphene, which is that it's extremely reactive. Okay, it doesn't say extremely reactive, but it's reactive to oxygen, which makes it so it's vulnerable to become some type of borophene oxide, which is not going to be very useful because it's going to create an oxygen layer on the outside. It's going to make it not conductive if you touch it to something or whatever. Now, it would be great in like a battery system. Potentially could be great in a battery system or a hydrogen cell. But I mean, you have to go into the second problem that is prevalent in graphene as well, which is that it's hard to make in large quantities. So very interesting. Hopefully more comes about for borophene, and I do really love material sciences. So that is that for the borophene. Now let's see what time we got. Half an hour in. Let's take a little break and take a look at some free energy devices, huh? That's always fun to do. So let's look at the latest trending free energy devices. Or actually, I should put in generator. Okay, it's good to see that Electro Boom has a top ranked now. That's good to see, actually. So here's another speaker one. We did a speaker one last week. Here's the free energy fan. That one's no fun. It's pretty much, okay, here's just a loop. Let's see. This one has 2 pots and they're wrapping a magnet. 2 potentiometers and they're wrapping. Let's look at this one. Let's check this one out. This guy has tons of free energy devices. MC Tech. Man, this guy's got to be living off the grid for sure. In Pakistan or India or wherever he's from. Could be Hispanic. I shouldn't make those assumptions. It's just a lot of them. So you need 200K potentiometers. You need a microwave oven magnet. And you need some wire, some copper wire. It looks like it's some enameled. Oh man, what gauge is that? It's got to be like 26 gauge, 28 gauge maybe. Ryan would know. Okay, let's fast forward this a little bit. Because we're wrapping the magnet. Oh wait, we missed. There's some strange wrapping though. So we have one side and we kind of just twist it together. The twisting them together might be important. Wait, now are they connected from one side to the other? Nope. He looks like he cut them. So there we go. Wrapping it. Now you gotta feed the. Yep, definitely cut. You gotta tie it and twist it, just like you do for your bread, so air doesn't come in and get your bread all moldy. Can't get that magnet all moldy either. Magnets do mold. They do. Magnets mold. My wife doesn't believe me, but magnets do mold.
No way. I'm going to do that with my preschoolers.
Don't do it with your preschoolers. It's a lie. I'm just lying.
Okay.
I don't want to lead you astray. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
She believed me.
I am not mobile.
She believed me. Maybe I should get my wife on the live stream sometime. Okay, so now you strip the wires. There we go. Stripping the wires. Okay, let's fast forward. You tin them up, get them ready to solder onto the potentiometers. Dude, it's a tunable magnet. Why didn't I think of this? This is genius. He's tuning the north and south to be imbalanced. That's got to be it. It's electromagnetic tuning. Okay, so looks like he might be pulling off like a hairpin circuit. Now, I think it's important that you wrap the wires in 2 opposite directions. It's hotly debated, but I think it's very important because then it aligns to the north and south poles properly. Be my guess. So he solders one side of it. To one pot, and my guess is he's going to solder the other side up to another pot. But there might be if there's a LED light bulb involved, I think we'll know the secret. Okay, so now he's Oh, yep, LED light bulb involved. So the secret lies. Oh, look at that. That's not even an LED light bulb. That's just a straight up socket. Oh, broke. Better solder that good. Lord knows you couldn't just use some alligator clips. Gotta solder it. It's gotta be permanent. So there we go. There is our LED light bulb. It's cheap 7-watt LED light bulb. Look at that. Full brightness? Maybe. See if he moves it. Does it tune it? Does it change the brightness? Because that would be a strong indicator that those pots are in the circuit. That's potentiometers. So let's go back here. Come on, let's see this. Did that really change the brightness? I'm not sure if that changed the brightness. Yeah, it changed the brightness. It looked like a little bit. Or the camera just focused. Nope, the camera just focused. Yeah, those potentiometers do absolutely nothing. So, what's your guess? How could this be possible? I think it's more than likely he's hiding a battery in there. Here's a free energy from Wi-Fi. I almost want to go to this one. It's just appealing because I saw this really cool pancake coil. And pancake coils are pretty nifty. Same dude, MC Tech. Thank you. Oh, back to the magnet. I wonder where he pulled that from. That is, I don't know, it's just 2 wires side by side. I was about to say that looks like a bifilar, Tesla bifilar pancake setup, but it's not. They're side by side. He could desolder those and do that though. That's just probably like a YB or like some type of Wi-Fi. Maybe he wrapped it himself. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty nice little pancake coil. You got to admire the guy for that. Come on, that's decent. All right, then he's got a module of some sort. What's up, Paul? What's up, buddy? You might want to clean that. Doing some free energy device reviews. So going back to this. Let's see. He's got. I wonder. I don't know what his circuit is though. What is his little circuit? He's gonna be soldering it up. It's probably a wireless circuit of some sort. It's got a Yeah, that sucks. See, that makes it inconclusive. How do you even know if you don't know what circuit he's using? At least he should show a circuit diagram or something. Maybe if someone knows, they could comment. Let me know. Let's just get to the free energy part. Okay, he's putting a little ribbon cable on that bad boy. Here we go. I'm gonna charge the phone just from the magnet. Just from the magnet. This one's interesting. I wonder where he'd be hiding a battery. Just from a magnet. Is it charging? Could be under that now. Oh, what am I talking about? He could easily be broadcasting. This is actually technically legitimate in a sense, because you could take the electrosmog, Wi-Fi, or whatever it may be. You could take it from the air and actually charge your phone 5 volts. I mean, it'd probably not be very much power, but you know, this one actually is legitimate, except it's not saying it's charging. Doesn't it usually say charging? Usually there's a little like lightning bolt that goes through there. Huh, interesting. All right, well, that was fun. Let's see what's the latest news for science. Ask it old Google. Latest science news. No black hole talk. Actually, and somebody asked me on the Instagram feed to do some UFO stuff. Maybe I should. I'll do the UFO segment too. Got 20 minutes to spare, so let's see here. Science Daily. Spectral disease develops during childhood. That's a little too sad. Marine scientists investigate a relationship between bumphead parrotfish and their coral reef. That's kind of biology. It's a new 3D imaging visualization technique provides detailed views of muscle architecture. Disease causing amoeba hides displaying proteins from host cells. So using an amoeba to hide proteins. Okay, chatterbox parents may boost intelligence. Man, I don't know. None of these are really popping out. What do you guys think? Any of these interest you? Should we look into seeing the light behind radiation therapy? U.S. cities most host more regionally unique species than previously thought. More regionally unique species. New giant virus may help scientists better understand the emergence of complex life. Space rock that hit the moon at 61 kilometers an hour. What do you guys think? Chatterbox parents, gender impacts brain activity and alcohol. Study finds research codes one way to cancer survivors treatment. There's an ad playing in the background. Host more regionally unique species. Let's check this one. This one seems kind of interesting. Better understand whether rapidly growing cities are hosting the same species. A team analyzed an immense volume of data gathered by citizen scientists during the 4-day Global City Nature Challenge. Study findings suggest that despite similarities across cities, urban biodiversity still strongly reflects the species that are native to the region. However, observations of shared cosmopolitan species like pigeons, white-tailed deer, and dandelions were more numerous than locally occurring species. Yeah. What, they didn't even look into rats. There should be rats too. How many rats are in the city? And crows, and come on. Don't leave out the rats and the crows just because they're like Halloween-esque. They don't have to be a seasonal animal. And bats. Thank you, Violet. They come out at night. Citizen scientists going out at night looking for bats too. Cockroaches. Cockroaches are huge. Huge. I like cockroaches, especially the Brazilian hissing cockroaches. My daughter just said no one likes cockroaches. It's a lie. Scientists are analyzing a rare snapshot in time of urban plants and animals to better understand whether rapidly growing cities are hosting the same species, a concept known as urban homogenization. A team from the California Academy of Sciences analyzed an immense volume of data gathered by citizen scientists during the 4-day Global City Nature Challenge. That was kind of a run-on sentence. That was really long. The 14 U.S. cities included in the study amassed more than 65,000 wildlife observations identified to species level through the mobile app iNaturalist. That's pretty cool. Might want to check out that mobile app. iNaturalist, if you want to sponsor me for this video, you have my information in the description down below. I'm free for bribes. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Study findings suggest that despite similarities across cities, urban biodiversity still strongly reflects the species that are native to the region. However, observations of shared cosmopolitan species like pigeons, white-tailed deer, well, my southern accent kind of slipped out there, sorry, and dandelions were more numerous than locally occurring species. The study published today in the journal PeerJ, Life and Environment, highlights the value of citizen science data in addressing complex questions about rapid changes in urban ecology. Now, that was just the opener. How deep is this article? Is this article pretty deep? It's not too bad. Let's try to skim. I'll try to skim a little bit. Found the best predictor for the composition. I just want to know the animals. We found the best predictor of composition of the city's plant and animal community is the surrounding region. So basically, most of the animals don't live in the city. They live in the surrounding region. This is reassuring in many ways because it tells us that urban biodiversity is not converging at the pace some predicted. You know what I've noticed in my urban area is that a lot of animals seem to be like squeezed into these pockets, and then they have to come out every once in a while. Like you see coyotes and all kinds of stuff. They come out and you're kind of like, I don't know if they're foraging or they're getting more and more squeezed by urban development all around them, and then you have these like little pockets of sanctuary. But, I live in like the Portland area, and so yeah, we're a bunch of hippies, a bunch of liberal hippies. So we believe in the animal stuff. So this challenges researchers compare relative species abundance, as well as over 5,000 species were documented in 14 U.S. cities involved in the study. Of those documented, only 100 species occurred in half of the participating cities. So only 100 out of the 5,000. So yeah, there's some biodiversity. That's pretty cool. But I mean, that's kind of wherever you go too, right? I mean, that's not really dependent on a city, but whatever. Even though the proportion of cosmopolitan species to native species is small, cosmopolitan species are more abundant, leaving researchers to investigate why. I could take one wild guess. Food. We're seeing greater abundance of common city species like crows and crows, they say crows, and white-tailed deer versus native species, in part because they probably actually are more abundant in cities, but also we have to consider the bias of the observer. Good consideration, says Dr. Michelle Tretwin, co-author of the Curator of Etymology. Widespread cosmopolitan species are more recognizable. Citizens may be more inclined to take pictures of familiar wildlife rather than cryptic native species. So because they're so used to seeing pigeons and rats, cockroaches, probably not rats, but they're more biased. When they see something that seems non-native, this cues them off. But in addition to making comparisons between cities, the study also compared plants and animals within a city. It's encouraging that in some cases species accept yada yada yada. Rapid growth of human populations across the globe has facilitated the spread of certain species, like rats, fruit flies that thrive on human-created habitats. That's what I was saying. I think there's a statistic that whenever there's a human, you're only about, I think they said, 5 meters away from a rat or a rodent of some sort, a rat or a mouse, because we're so interconnected. I should look that up. Exactly what it was. But the rapid growth, we already went over that. The plants and animal species closely associated with humans tend to be generalists as opposed to specialists. Yep. Up until this point, a major limitation for analyzing urban biodiversity was collecting enough data from different cities in the same experiment. With the City Nature Challenge, says Leong. I must have missed that person's name up here, but with the City Nature Challenge, we can ask new questions and analyze data that have been captured. You know what? We could do something like this on Instagram too. Have an Instagram challenge and just everyone hashtag it. Instagram or Twitter. Everyone can hashtag it, can look at it. So that pretty much sums that up. The iNaturalist is the app to use in documenting nature in their neighborhood. But then you would just geotag though for like a social media. You could do this all with social media too. It's a powerful, powerful tool, that social media. Tell you what. Okay, so now I was going to do, what was the other thing I said I was going to do? Besides the science, oh yeah, UFOs. Can't forget the UFOs, man. Let's do some latest UFO sightings, right? Latest UFO sightings in 2019. Let's do a video. I like the videos. Here's one. I'm gonna mute this bad boy. Oh no, this is an article. Picture. Legit. That is legit. NASA stops astronauts from talking about aliens. CT Post. I thought that was a video. Should have been a video. It's just a slideshow. Legit. Wait. I see a deer. Where's the alien? Legit. Legit. I didn't see any hoaxes there. No hoaxes whatsoever. Let's see. Oh, it's the same one. Man, they're got the Google SEO on wraps. Yeah, we'll do an alien one. We'll do an alien one next week, Ryan. Tune in next week. We'll do an alien sci-tech. We'll kind of decipher between we kind of touched on that last episode a little bit. All right, so this one, it's moving in kind of a linear pattern. Okay. It's a light or a silver ball. moving in kind of a linear pattern like any aircraft could do. So it could be just blurred out with Photoshop or with Adobe After Effects or whatever. It's a possibility. Don't rule it out. Although, from personal experience, I have seen something with my own eyes very similar to this. So I'm not going to rule it out. Like a shiny ball, shiny silver ball. This one's like a light. I'm not seeing any clouds go in front of it, but it is a light, so it might pierce it. I wish I just had a wide shot so you could just see it. This is them showing it with another camera, I guess. Them recording it. Man, I saw the same kind of thing on the same type of day, too. Little poofy clouds. I experienced very similar to this. Only the object I saw just, okay, it did kind of a weird move there. Object I saw just took off like a freaking shot. It's kind of strange, really weird. I'm totally cray-cray, by the way. It was a UFO, because I was an unidentified flying object. I don't know what it was. But was it an alien? I don't know about that. I like to be logical about these things. Let's skip this ad. Cobra Kai ad. Yep. Aliens, what do you think? Comment, let me know. Let me know what you think. Aliens or UFOs? Check out this one. I want to see a fun. That one was kind of like one of those, like, kind of in between. Ooh, this is a legitimate source right here. This one is balloon. Yeah, it could have been a balloon. It was moving pretty linear, like a Mylar balloon. The one that I saw, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, someone lost a Mylar balloon. But it was like this perfect little sphere and wasn't floating with the wind. It just was holding still. And then all of a sudden it just kind of moved a little bit and then bang, it was gone. I'm like, what the? That was the one I noticed. So this is some pictures. We could listen to the audio on this and they'd probably give us a whole rundown of what they saw. But to me, that could be so many things. Looks like some plasma in the sky. You know, I don't know if there's clouds. If there's clouds, it could be lightning. It could be a plane going through the clouds. Here's another shot. It's Paula, California. Kind of triangle-shaped objects almost. It could be lens flaring from this light right here. Different ones, I can't explain them. Yeah, but it's what makes it a UFO. Okay, here's one. Here's one where it's like dark bell-shaped object aura like emission surrounding it. Machu Picchu. See, when it's above an ancient city like Machu Picchu, it gives it more UFO cred. It's UFO cred. See, the crappy thing is it's so blurry and okay. It's definitely a UFO because, well, it's a, yeah. It looks like it looks suspended. It looks like it's floating. It also could be a smudge on the screen. No. But this one, legit. That by no means is any sort of insect whatsoever. That's totally, absolutely. I mean, it's an unidentified flying object because, you know, don't know what type of insect it is. No, I'm just kidding. That looks like a soccer ball on a field. I would say that that's probably a soccer ball on a field. Maybe it's landed. I like seeing the videos because it's easier to discredit. All right, so that's an airplane. That is like lens flaring of some sort from the airplane, or yeah, that would be my guess. Yeah, reflection of oncoming traffic headlights. It could be all kinds of lens flare. Yeah, it looked like a dragonfly or something to me. All right, UFO below the crest of the falls. Interesting. Even UFOs get thirsty. Oh, what? I didn't even see that one. Oh, that's a zoom in. Hello there. I would like to thank you again for sending the photos. Our enforcement people have looked into the while it appears that there is a violation occurring. There is not enough evidence to definitely determine that the type of registration of the aircraft. So, it could be a drone. Contacted hotels and hope the surveillance cameras would capture them, but no success. They erased them. They got rid of them. Totally got rid of them. Alright. Lishua, Zhengzheng, China. Probably murdered that. Ryan, you'd probably be better at saying these Chinese names than me. It is. Came from behind mountain and flew straight line to the east. Now, if you're in China and you fly east, does that mean you're flying west? No. That was stupid. Stupid, Diden. What are you talking about? At some point, you would always be flying east. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. Those are pretty fun. I like the UFO stuff. We can get into some deep discussions. If anybody is interested in coming on the show, doing some free energy discussion, or even just talking about science, any type of science technology, I am planning on doing an episode with my brother coming up soon. He is going to school for AI specialist. AI programmer, basically. He mostly focuses on image recognition and stuff with artificial intelligence, but he has a very deep understanding of it, of deep learning. He's a deep understanding of deep learning. So, but appreciate you guys taking the time and watch the stream. And if you're watching later, I also appreciate that. Make sure you let me know what you'd like to see. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't like it. Subscribe, notification bell for more of these. And hopefully you guys have a most excellent day or night, whatever it may be when you're watching this. And much love to you all. Until next time, peace out.